very terrible start. He's dropping all the way down to P9. Oh, we have contact at the start.
Someone sent it down on the inside there. Banged into one car, and that one car banged into the other one, and unfortunately Johan was the one to get the short end of the stick there.
That means Matthew Heaven is leading, and Sarah moving up to second place. With Meta up to P3. We knew how much bad luck Meta had in the first lap, first corner incidents. Now it seems he has passed it on to somebody else. Is this foreshadowing for the rest of the season?
We had a side by side, and unfortunately the American is going off track there. There was a collision between him and another car. Sent him into the barrier and bounced off, collecting another car there.
That is, if I'm not mistaken, that's Meta. That's Meta's lap 1 curse continues for Meta.
Oh, Arnold missing the apex there in the final turn, and that's helping Sebastian to move up there. So we have mostly a straight line here for the leaders here.
We have Sebastian Koog drafting behind Mateusz Breitmeier. It's going down the inside. He might be by. Ooh, the Nissan is way better on the brakes. And David Koog gets a move done on Mateusz for P6.
And behind them there's Johan, trying to do the same, but he will be on the outside there for the next turn.
It doesn't matter for Johan. Johan just uses that mechanical grip of the Supra. Is he gonna try to go all the way around the outside? Goes a little bit wide, switches for the inside. Makes a lovely, lovely pass on David. But David's got the slipstream now.
Yeah, you needed both parties to agree to that move.
He really did. David is gonna try and do a switchback and go wide, but now Johan's got him covered beautifully. How does it go? We have Ike. Ike just not enjoying himself thus far. He's falling back to Matthew quite substantially. To be fair, he's not going as badly as Johan, our pole sitter, 11 seconds behind Matthew.
Johan is gonna gain on the straight here, I feel. He might be fencing and moving into the first turn. He's about 7. Oh no, that's 7 turns.
Crested Island with a slipstream behind Mateusz. Moving to the inside. Gets it stop and hits the apex very nicely. It's a very good move by Crested Island on Mateusz. Hikamara now catching up to Sarah.
Fastest sector there. Not sure if it was personal or overall. I think it was overall.
If it's purple, it should be overall.
Yeah, I'm using the Gran Turismo HUD. But I think when it's overall fastest, it shows up purple.
So Sarah, newcomer to the series, holding P2 very nicely against seasoned vet of this series. And it looks like Meta has made the move on Mateusz Breitmeier. As we can see, we have cars within 1 second of each other up and down the field, P7 to P10. Every single car within 1 second of one another. Johan gaining on Sebastian, and I think he's got a much better drive out of that corner. Let's see if he's got enough horsepower to make the move down into turn 1.
Oh, it looked like Ike was flashing the lights a bit there on Sarah on the straight.
Johan pulls out to the inside, gets it stopped and hooked around. Blocks a switchback by Sebastian, very nicely executed by Johan.
Only 6 seconds to what is it?
To the leaders.
yeah, to reduce. And my Sarah is more than 5 seconds behind Heaven now.
Indeed, we have David Cook, a 0.8 behind Arnold. But 0.4 behind him is Crested Island. And 0.3 behind Crested is Meta. So we are seeing a nice little train developing here. And let's see if Meta goes for this. I know he chooses the conservative.
Oh, Crested. Locked up there. Almost ended up in the back of the other car ahead.
Oof.
That promotes Meta up into 8th place.
A little bit about breaking himself, I think.
Alright, let's see, 0.6 between Sarah and Iker. But let's see how the straight plays out here. On the previous lap, Sarah with the Nissan seemed to stretch the gap out on the straight.
Meta got a nice, way better line than David did up to the final corner. And they're now side by side with one another. And I think Meta's gonna take it into turn 1. To put himself up into P7.
Plenty of space between them, heading into turn 1. David gives plenty of space on the inside there.
Try to hang it around the outside. Meta went very conservative on the inside.
Oh, they almost go side by side for second as well.
Oh, contact! There's contact between David and Meta. Allowed Crested to sneak by David. Rubbing is racing. It's like we're racing BTCCs once again.
It looks like either Sarah had a moment or something, but Iker was able to get around her. And Iker is now up into second. Yeah,
must have missed that.
At the same time you say there's a contact, is when that happens, so.
Multiple things happening at once. Sarah is dropped a place. But Iker has lost quite a long gap. Now Matthew can relax a little bit. But this battle for P7 is still ongoing. No one wants to give up. That's just letting Arnold run away with P6. Arnold seems to be quite happier with these cars than he did with the BTCCs. He's putting in a remarkable... Oh, we have Meta spun! Meta has spun. And unfortunately, he will be demoted to P10 after that. Now, was that self-inflicted or was there something to do with it? Crested crept up to Arnold very quickly. I have jinxed Arnold myself.
I checked the replay on Sarah's stream and looked like it was a switch that Iker did. So Sarah was trying to go the inside and Iker went from the outside to the inside, and that's how he got past. Either way, after turn 2, both cars, the same ones that I talked about, went a bit wider. I think they are very much pushing, trying to catch up to Matthew.
Ooh, big... I wouldn't say big slide, but a slide from David Cook. That would have scared a little bit out of him. David's pushing to get that P7. Crested is trying to pull away. Put up a 1.1 second gap on 1.3 second gap on Arnold already. At the same time, Iker trying to pull away himself from Sarah and try to close the gap to Matthew. It seems like it's a little bit of a quiet before the storm, it seems.
Except if you're checking the pits.
Oh, Sebastian had an off. He's gone wide and is falling down the order.
And he's going into the pits? No, never mind. It just looked like it because he went for the white lines there.
I think he got a little bit overzealous on the throttle.
So yeah, I was half joking when I said if you're checking the pits, because according to the timings, both you, me and Sarah are in the pits with half a tenth between us.
Yeah, half a tenth. Like, how do you measure a tenth when the cars are not moving? Meta locking up the wheels.
Unfortunately, that could have been a moment there for Meta to get a place there. in turn 1, but looks like he's still keeping pretty close there behind the NSX. Looking for the outside there.
The NSX is way easier to drive out of the corners. It is a much stable car. The Nissan is better throughout the corner, but sacrifices the exit for that balance throughout the corner. The NSX
Oh,
initial
pretty
turn.
close.
Whoa,
Goes for the inside there. Or
he
rather,
has to pull out.
oh,
Maybe he does. But he's on the outside now. Can he switch back again? He can. Mateusz goes very wide out of that corner. Can he hang around the inside? Can he get the inside line now? He does. Can he make the move, however? Force Meta a little bit wide to make a mistake.
yeah, this is pretty nice to see. Both of them are giving each other enough space there to go side by side throughout the twisty bits there. And Meta is now up into 9th place thanks to that fair play between the two of them.
And I think Meta had the better exit out of the corner and will pull away.
And one thing that I've noticed is talking about the balance of this car is the Nissan seems to be having a bit of a better either acceleration or top speed. On the long straight, they can stretch a bit out compared to the other cars.
It might be also due to the wing angle that the drivers are driving. Some
Could be
drivers
that.
may prefer a
Yeah.
higher angle.
Either way, Johan is now right behind Sarah. Half a second between the two of them or so.
Big lockup from the Eco right there.
Still more than 2 seconds ahead of them, so it's gonna be between the two of them here now.
It's going to be two of them. The closest battle so far before Sebastian catches Arnold. Haven't had much time to downtime to discuss any of the current drivers. There's been battles up and down the field thus far, and seems like we had somebody joining at the very last minute.
Oh, yeah.
There's now 12 drivers.
James Dunn, and he's driving the same livery, I guess.
I believe James Dunn, I believe he's nicked the ones. As long as he's not doing anything to destroy the cars behind him.
He's on its own for the time being, but it does feel like that he is testing the waters with the car.
A little bit testing the waters, but as long as he's not doing anything erratic or dangerous, I think it should be fine if he can just finish the race. However, I don't think he'll be earning any points from race 1. Bit of a late comer. In fact, we haven't anticipated somebody joining halfway through the first round. Oh, Johan goes down the inside into the Dunlop chicane. Sarah has him covered nicely. Very respectable between these two drivers. But it's costing Johan.
Ooh, bit of a slide there from Sarah.
He kept it just within track limits, however. And that was a lovely opportunistic move. Unconventional, one might say. I don't think Sarah was expecting it. That was a lovely... You know what, that's taken me quite aback.
Let's see if Sarah can gain on the straight here, or if the Supra is better on the straight.
I think Sarah is
that's like
catching a
she's
little
gaining.
bit.
Yeah.
She's within the slipstream range that Corsa has. She's gonna try and go around the outside. Johan's gonna keep a tight line. That might compromise him on the exit. No matter how you put it, it's been a wonderful first race performance by Sarah.
Well,
To duke it out with our current champion and a strong contender for championship last season, I think there will be quite a lot more that she'll be able to show in the upcoming rounds, especially when she gets acclimated to the car.
And when she has her own colors to promote on the car.
Hopefully we see a lovely livery.
Oh, Nissan on Nissan action, and looks like both of them lose it. in
Oof!
P7, P8. The
P7, P8.
rear of both of the cars split out after the turn.
Either it could have been due to neck coding, or it could have been due to both of them being overzealous on the throttle. You have to be. Yeah, here's the thing with these cars. Now that we switched from front-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive, yes, you have less of lift-off oversteer and brake oversteer, but you have a lot more oversteer on exit if you're not careful. I think some of the drivers may need to adjust to that after 12 weeks of driving front-wheel drive cars that you can just floor out of the corner. I think the only car you can do that is actually the NSX, but even then it's a little bit of a risque maneuver.
Looked like Arnold was going off a bit on the straight. He might have some damage. That car is tweaking around on the straight a bit. Oh. Lock up into turn 1, mixing the apex as well.
It's something that we've just noticed from this simulator in general. Even when you're on the edge, or most drivers are on the edge, they will lock up. You'll see it, well, either so of course it says they're locking up, I don't know, or it's exaggerating how much they're locking up with the smoke.
Yeah, it's
Ooh, very wide from Meta.
it's a thing with shared dispatch and online servers because it's not as exaggerated in single player races. So I'm guessing lack of info coming through, or not as refined info coming through with online races.
It could be mostly, I would put it down to like netcode, too much packet data and stuff like that.
Could also be the amount of smoke generation that's set up on the user's end, or
Yeah, could be as well. Oh, we have a spin from Meta once again.
can, because he was pretty close there.
Well, Meta just not having the time of his life this time. Somebody who moved up quite nicely avoided his lap 1 turn 1 curse. However, end of sector 2 curse got him instead. Or the remainder of lap 1 curse got him. But as it currently stands, we have 2 more laps remaining. I believe it will be 2 more laps. The standings are Matthew Heaven has been leading the entire race thus far. Johan had a undesirable lap 1 incident. Dara managed to profit very nicely from the whole kerfuffle, and she's running in wonderful P4. Ike promoting himself to P2 after, I think, stalling on the lights out. Matthew Heaven with a fastest lap of the 1:32.3. Matt, yeah, it's going to be very interesting how the
Last minute coming up on the timer, and Auron is...
So that will be
he might be in a bit of a trouble here, as P8 is catching him.
There is his hack. Smashing.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of, spin there in the final turn.
Spin from Arnold. I don't think it was contact. I think it
Nope.
was just pressure getting to Arnold. Oh, and that's going to bring down the mood from such a wonderful performance that Arnold was.
I think he was already carrying some damage that he was trying to cope with, and now hitting the car again into the wall might be even more damage on the car now, because he was one of the cars that was part of the double spin earlier, like a lap or two ago, and now he's into the wall again. Or was into the wall again, yeah.
So the final lap with Matthew leading, which
And already
makes it,
coming around to finish it, I think. He's on the straight here. 13
Yep.
laps done and dusted. Here comes Matthew Aaron.
Matthew Heaven wins the first round, the first race of the first round of the Super GT Championship, with Ike putting in P2 and Johan recovering out to P3 after that first lap incident. Sarah coming across with a P4. Quickly set up to change to, oh boy, ACTV. Crested Island in the top 5 on his debut, with David Cook being followed by Sebastian, P6, P7. In a grid dominated by Nissans and Hondas. Johan told me that it seems like the Toyota is going to be the new Nissan Primera. Like, hardly anyone's going to use it due to the difficulty of the car. So I think he won't be starting.
Oh, and we have collision there.
There is collision indeed, because James Stern has warned us that his game crashed. And unfortunately, but I don't think there has been a big enough impact that happens. Cars stall on the grid all the time. Unfortunately, it has happened. And this time it's a crash, and there hasn't been that much of a fallout from it, so I think it's fine to continue.
Yeah, they went very casually through wide into turn 1 and into turn 2. And now Aulen is in the lead, Meta second. But for how long? He had a bit of a slide there on the rear. Now they are going side by side, almost 3 wide again. Johan is the decider. No, he's staying behind. Rico train here into the twist a bit.
Whoa, big lot of cars coming through. Maybe Cook on the inside, switching to the inside.
Connected is dropping down in the SS section. Most of the field is staying single-file here. The Aulen is still in the lead.
Also in the lead, Crested Island being attacked by Matthew, but attacking Johan himself. Matthew with the overspeed of the Nissan must be running much less aero.
Oh, side by side.
Johan now.
Side by side for the lead. And 3 wide behind them. Oh, Aulen locks up. Goes massively off.
Wide. Better going wide.
Oh, collision.
Yes, it's not that bad, but this will be something to be looked at, I think. Better retaining P5, however. Arnaud back into P2. Sebastian now leading.
And they temporarily went 3 wide, if I saw it correctly. Arnaud is trying his best to stay second, and they are going side by side behind him.
Oh, a little bit of contact. More contact by Meta. Johan is spun around.
Again?
Again.
Very unlucky night.
I cannot make judgment now, but he's not going to be very happy.
Oh, side by side there, and Arnaud has lost a place there. He's now down into turn. There's a bit of a contact there between the 2 Nissans there. Bumper to bumper moment. And Iker is now trying to go around Arnaud there.
Makes his move down the inside. He's just got so much more confidence on the throttle. The Honda really gives you that confidence on the throttle that allows you to pull these moves.
They might have been in a moment between Meta and David Cook, because Meta was going slow and David was trying to let him by, but Meta didn't want it to, so the both of them slowed down there and lost plenty of time. They are pretty much on their own now, starting a group there. Crested Island is on the inside there, heading into turn 1.
Johan having a bit of a deja vu moment. He's back in last again. So we have Arnaud Herrera in P6, P5. P6 we have Sarah Van Vlietlands trying to make her way back up, see what she can do. In the meantime, Sebastian keeping a 1 second gap to Matthew, but for how long he's able to. A bit of a lockup from Arnaud. That's going to really allow Sarah to close
Go
up
around.
on Arnold.
They're going for the outside there, side by side. He's gonna be on the outside there for the next turn, but Arnold had... Oh, okay, that was nice. Took around the outside there.
It's a very nice move by Sarah. Arnold didn't seem to fight it too much. Matthew now closing up to Sebastian rapidly. He cannot enjoy the final sector of the racetrack in the slightest. Matthew thriving in that last sector. He seems to find the lines that just give him so much grip, so much time, so much confidence.
Oh, side by side for the lead.
I don't think there will be much competition at turn 1. He's going to be long gone by the time they hit the braking zone.
Matthew into the lead. Have a look up that from a crested.
Side by side with Johan, with Mateusz, forcing him a bit wide. And we see Sebastian still keeping with 0.4 behind. But it might be a repeat of Matthew buggering off into the distance once again. With Johan having to fight his way through the field once again. But wow, Matthew in that last sector, I do want to ride on board with him for a little bit, because to be fair, watching him from behind, so look at him, he's got so much more grip, so much more confidence.
Sebastian went a bit wide in second place. Oh, and he's going very wide.
Yeah, you can just see watching behind Matthew that in that last sector, that's where all of his lap timers comes from. All of that half a second advantage is the final sector from him. Even against cars in the same cars, it's just half a second. He just figured out that Tilka-drone monstrosity.
Behind them, side by side on the straight. Arnold's gonna be on the outside, Meta on the inside, Meta with a lock up there. Arnold is gonna have the inside there, question mark? No, Meta is closing the door there. Nope, you're not coming in.
Closing the door, but Arnold is in the slipstream range. So if he can stay within 0.3 of a second, oh, and Sebastian and Ike have swapped places at some point. So Ike back into P2.
David Cook might be getting a place here. He's pretty close to Arnold there. Has a look on the inside, but doesn't go for it. The twisty bits will be the decider here, I feel.
But behind them comes the charging Frenchman, who is not particularly happy with how the weekend has been.
Up on the inside there!
That was a very opportunistic maneuver. Arnold gets him back, however, but that was a wonderful, wonderful piece of driving.
And Johan is there as well now. Ooh, Arnold dancing with fire.
Dancing with fire. As we see Johan slipstreaming by. Let's see which one of them is running more downforce.
Johan is a bit further ahead, but Cook had a car in front of him. Either way, Cook is allowing the best to happen there. And Johan is now up into 8th place.
Remember, no matter what category you will be put into Pro and Am, every single point counts. You are all fighting for the same points. Johan just catching Arnold for all the corners is like finding just the perfect lines.
Yeah, part of me wondering if David let Johan by, so he isn't the one to try and overtake Arnold ahead.
might be smarter, all things considered. Johan is an alien. And if
Oh,
battling...
there he goes.
Ooh, oh, very, very opportunistic from him. I think you might be right. David letting by Johan might be strategic, so he doesn't lose time battling Johan and gets too far behind Arnold.
Either way, he's still back where he was a lap ago, trying to find a way around Arnold.
Fastest lap set by Matthew Hebbert with 1:32.429. Right now, David has the slipstream on the longest straight on this calendar. It's just from memory. Don't quote me on that. Don't fact check me.
Ooh, look up there. David could have had the opportunity there on the inside, just like how he had it in the previous laps, but he missed the opportunity there.
Okay, one commentator too loud. Okay, let me just adjust that volume. Thank you for pointing that out. I was playing too much with the settings.
Now, which one of us?
Ah, it was you, definitely. This should be better looking at the mixer. But that means I need to turn my headset back up.
David and Arnold are still battling here. Almost bumper to bumper in some sections.
To be fair, I wish we had cams for this that were a little bit higher and better position.
What, like the trackside cameras?
Yeah, like trackside cameras that were a little bit of a high, because it all feels like very low down. Most of the, like, I've seen the F3 cameras be most, low down. I think there's only 2 sets. That TV one. Very interesting.
Yeah,
So how we look?
he's pretty much one of the saviors when it comes to trackside cameras, because a lot of tracks would come out without trackside cameras, and he was one of those guys to come out of the woods, out of nowhere, and started to make trackside cameras. So these days, most tracks that come out, he just has the cameras already made for them.
I think we're gonna have 2 more battles joining. Crested looking for a podium finish, and Johan.
Oh, David! Oh, that almost ended up being a disaster there. Very close on the exit there, but he had to go off track there to avoid a collision.
Oh, and now we have Johan attacking Meta, trying to salvage more points. I feel like there's going to be quite a few unhappy people.
Oh, collision! Arnold and David Cook.
Ooh, like I said, I was just saying how there might be quite a few unhappy people with some of the racing around here.
From what I've seen, Cook had nowhere to go as the rear of the car stepped out ahead of him.
That's giving Mateusz Breitmeier a chance at P9. And how's it go? It's Johan still pressuring Meta. Meta just staying, just not allowing Johan through. Is there a little bit of contact? Or is it just the way the car moves? I could not tell you.
Crested might be battling for third as well. Gaps are around 5 to 7 tenths in some sections.
EK seems to have stabilized this gap around 1.82 seconds. Sometimes faster, sometimes slow.
Johan is fencing the inside, question mark?
Is he gonna go?
Nope.
No, yeah. Johan will not send it unless he's 100% certain that he's gonna get the move done. And let us remind ourselves that Meta is on a controller. So for drive on a controller, Meta is doing a very fine job. And definitely that new hardware seems to be helping him. Ooh, but when they go... Oh, it's way a bit too wide. Johan Karolczak, Toyota Gazoo Racing, number 22.
We might be getting close to lapping the field here. Niconic is just a few corners ahead on track.
Indeed, we do have one lapped car, but that is mostly due to technical issues. Oh, that's very close. Meta has taken that corner very slowly, forced Johan to slow down. I wonder if Meta is trying to hold up. Oh, is he going for it? I thought he was gonna go for it if you were talking to me.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it. The hint he was going for it.
And the braking start, Toyota seems to be much better. Or at least Johan is way more confident with it. Now here's a move. Here's a place where Johan can make a move. He's thinking about it. Now, if Johan can stay within 0.3 of a second, I think he's gonna be able to pass him into turn 1. By getting the power down on the Toyota out of the last corner is very tricky. That car is extremely twitchy under throttle. So where Mete might be able to go full throttle sooner than Johan for a longer period.
Oh, he's gaining. And Mete is going defensive on the inside there.
He's going very defensive. That's going to compromise him. That compromised Mete a lot. And it seems. And saw Johan go through, but has lost so much time battling with Mete. That top 5 finish might be outside of his capabilities, even for someone like Johan. The top 5 are not slow drivers by any stretch of the imagination. They might be some of the fastest drivers here.
3 minutes left. Ace Crested still has the chance to get third place. It seems to be. He's been around a second away from Sebastian there. For a while now.
We seem to have quite a large number of Americans flooding into the server. We have Crested being one of them, Juniper Baker from last season, Ali Campbell, which I believe is MeConnect, all from US. So a lot more representation in North America.
So MeConnect supposed to be with the US flag as well?
Supposed to, but it depends how they set it up.
Yeah.
However, for some reason, I did set the server to overwrite their names. But it's working out as well as you can see. The shenanigans of AC server hosting, I suppose.
I'm not gonna be angry if you set my name to Mike George, I'm just saying.
Mike George. I thought next time I might set it up for something worse.
The P3 and P4 just left. MeConnect there.
Indeed.
Thankfully he stayed out of the way, quite far on the outside.
He has allowed Crested to catch up a little bit closer to Sebastian. But Sebastian seems to have a measure of him in the final sector. Just looking at the intervals. Oh, we have a spin. Arnold has spun.
And looks like Cook is slow there as well, so I'm assuming maybe the two of them crashed again.
I'm not too sure about that, Adam. There seems to have been quite a gap between them two.
Or maybe one of them saw the other crashing and be like, oh no, I'm slowing down just to be sure.
I think they've. Oh, we had Mete who had lost a lot of
another
time.
half spin there.
Meta
Well-
lost some more time to Arnold, so I think Meta has had a moment as well. But as I was saying, I think what happened is they all decided to have a skill issue at the same time. In the same place even. Ooh, a bit of a slide from David. David's, I think, pushing or cooked his tires. Pardon the pun. Ooh, and I think now he really cooked the tires. You could say David cooked his tires. He's gonna have to take it easy on this very last lap. Yeah, this will be last lap. Matthew Heaven is just entering the final sector with 15 seconds to go.
Will he wait it out? No, he's... Yeah, this is gonna be the final lap. There's no way he's gonna finish that long straight.
No, let's face it, there's about at least 20 seconds on that straight. Leader is on the final lap. Let us switch to ACTV for just a few moments. As we see Matthew Heaven going down the final straight, followed by Ike. Gaps are closer than lap times would suggest. Sebastian Crow under pressure from Crested. Will they have? I think Sebastian is going to be able to keep his podium. Matthew Heaven, the race winner for the second time in a row. Ike P2, with Sebastian taking podium in this debut round. Celebrating, Crested taking a well-deserved P4. Just outside of the top podium. I think they could be happy. Sarah coming back with a wonderful P5. Johan, I think he'll be disappointed in the P6, and I think he'll be more frustrated because I don't think it was any of his fault. He's been driving some great recovery drives.
And here comes Meta as well.
Meta coming P7. Arnold with coming down with a P8. A good finish regardless. Mateusz with a P9.
And then
David
comes
Cook
Cook.
coming back with a P10.